The worm cult attacked the palace district. You were there, Taylor Canor. Were you injured?
It was a close call, but the Cirque Fellowship intervened and saved us.
The demons washed the
Comrade, were you successful? Did you find the passages beneath? Comrade, tell me quickly, did you find the passages beneath? And did you discover what was so important down there? And what of Walks and Ash? Did something happen to the Pact representative? Manamarco's remains. Surely the worm cult cannot want to bring back the King of Worms. Yet what else would they do with his corpse? You return with grim news indeed, comrade. What about Faranor or Wormblood? Were they there too? The fortunes of battle can be fickle. Even if Faranor escaped justice, you at least returned with information. Now we know the worm cult has Manamarco's corpse. We must endeavor to foil their plans. Meanwhile, Gabrielle may have learned something.
It's strange. Vanus' staff is definitely pulling me somewhere. I think... Vanus, where are you?
Almost. This is no good. Gabrielle, I have much to tell you. Bring my staff to Lizal. The wall is thin there. I'm in a worm cult prison. Listen, Wormblood is looking for a Sithis shrine in Solstice. I think he... a relic called... Gift of... Damn, I can't...
I think I know what we need to do. Friend, let's talk. Lizal.
That was Vanus Galarian. Has he been trying to reach us this whole time? But how... Never mind. If the explanation involves magicka, I am unlikely to understand. See if Gabrielle can make sense of that vision.
We'll find the right one. I got to admit, I was counting Vanus out of this fight. Sure didn't expect to hear from him again. See if Gabrielle got any feeling for where he is, or how we can get to him.
So that was the renowned Vanus Galarian. I had never imagined I would first see him in such a plight. I would urge Gabrielle to follow his instructions.
This one had a feeling we had not heard the last of Vanus Galarian. Speak with Gabrielle, Five Claw. We must learn more about his predicament.
I knew this staff of Vanus's was trying to tell me something. He made sure to leave it behind for me when the worm cult captured him at the Earth Forge. He knew we were going to need it. The message wasn't terribly clear, was it? He said he was still a prisoner, but I don't think he was calling for help. I think Vanus wants to warn us about something. He was trying to tell us how to make it easier for him to reach us. Vanus Galarian is one of the most powerful mages alive. I'm not surprised he maintains a mental connection with the staff he made with his own hands. And this wouldn't be the first time he allowed himself to be captured to get close to his enemies. Vanus has likely seen things we have not, but we have information he needs to know too. For example, your discovery of Manamarco's sarcophagus. Slowly but surely, we're bringing the worm cult's plots to light. Thank you, friend. I've been wondering why Vanus Galarian's staff is pulling me here and there around Solstice. Now that Vanus managed to send a message, I finally know why. I think he's on the other side of the Writhing Wall. That's what we thought. But Vanus mentioned a thin spot in the wall at Lizal Pass. If the wall impedes his ability to communicate with us, that must be because he's on the other side of it. Take the staff to Lizal Pass and re-establish contact with Vanus. He may need our help, or we may need his. I think he wanted to warn us about something Wormblood is planning. We need to find out what that is and stop it. Will you go with me? Regent Corinway said Lizal Pass is located in the mountains north of Sunport. Meet me there. The sooner we can speak to Vanus again, the better. We'll leave Prince Azah and the others to figure out which shrine Wormblood is interested in. Vanus Galarian is an archmage, and the longtime foe of Manamarco and the Worm Cult. In fact, Vanus founded the Mages Guild specifically to combat the rising influence of dark necromancers in Tamriel. Oh, it was centuries ago, long before my time. But what's a few centuries to a high elf archmage? Back in those days, Vanus and Manamarco were friends of a sort, then rivals. They studied together in the Psijic Order until their falling out. As I understand it, Vanus caught Manamarco practicing forbidden magic. The Psijics allowed Manamarco to leave without taking any steps to stop him. So, Vanus left as well. He founded the Mages Guild to do what the Psijics would not.
Not so close, Patches. Wouldn't want you to come down with this forge, too.
Not much of a pass, is it? If I'm not mistaken, this cave leads to a path through the mountains. More of a goat track, really. Be ready for some climbing. We'll probably have to do this the hard way. Grapple bows. Never used one? They're fun. Since the Writhing Wall interferes with portal magic and we're going to get very close, I won't be able to use spells. So I brought the bows to help us climb. I hope we won't have to use them, but here you go. I hope Vanus will take care of that for us. If we reach a spot where the Writhing Wall is thin enough, he'll find us. All we have to do is keep going up, and deal with any Worm Cult patrols in our path. Clearly the Worm Cult is here, and having some trouble with the local wildlife. This looks like a promising spot. Be ready.
Finally. We must speak swiftly. I have little time. Gabrielle, help maintain our connection.
Speak with Vanus, friend. I must do what I can to help stabilize our connection. The thin spot in the Writhing Wall might close at any moment.
Good. I hoped you or Gabrielle had my staff, but I couldn't tell if you got my previous messages. I haven't quite escaped yet, but we must be swift. The permanence of the wall fluctuates and I can be cut off at any moment. Where are you now? I'm in Solstice as well, on the other side of the Writhing Wall from you. The Worm Cult brought me here from Cold Harbor, and they brought Cold Harbor here as well. Wormblood is attempting a new plane meld, in reverse. Like Molag Ball's Dark Anchors, but in reverse. Instead of dragging our world into Cold Harbor, he's bringing Cold Harbor into Nuremberg. The eastern side of Solstice is already changing. You can't, not while the wall still stands. I have some help in here, but my ally convinced me it's impossible for now. The Writhing Wall is an insuperable barrier, thin spots such as Lizal notwithstanding. I need you to...
Father, I see what Vanas meant by permanence. The thickness of the wall fluctuates. We need to find another weak point. This is proving to be as difficult as I feared. Let's continue up the path. I sense another thin point in the Writhing Wall farther ahead. More clicks. Look for grappling points to traverse these ruins. Vanas is right about Cold Harbor. I can see elements of that foul place all around us. Here. The wall is thin here.
I'm here. Quickly, there is more I must tell you.
Speak with Vanas, friend. I must do what I can to help stabilize our connection. The thin spot in the Writhing Wall might close at any moment.
Curse the luck. I sense that the Writhing Wall fluctuates at random, but I assumed we'd have more time. Thin points appear and disappear without warning. How far has the Worm Cult's reverse plane melt progressed on your side of the wall? Daedra. That's worrisome, but not unexpected. If you aren't surrounded by lakes of azure plasm or looking up at floating islands of rock, then things haven't gone too far yet. We still have a little time to stop the Worm Cult. I'm not sure yet, but an army of necromancers in Daedra is massing in Eastern Solstice. Clever of Wormblood, really. If he gathered his forces anywhere in Tamriel, we would have noticed. But the cursed island in the Writhing Wall blinded us. Unlikely. Wormblood controls a terrible source of power on my side. Something that consumes souls. The Worm Cult Soul Reapers feed this thing. In turn, it empowers the Writhing Wall. Great effort. But to what?
Cut off again! We must find another place where we can speak with Vanas. Up the steps. Another weak point.
My captors have finally figured out I'm up to something in here.
Speak with Vanus, friend. I must...
Listen closely. Wormblood seeks a relic called the Gift of Death. My source tells me it's hidden in a place called Voska's Shrine. He must not acquire it. It's part of a Tibahatse court, sacred to Sithis. My ally here tells me it's in the hills southwest of Sunport. The Solstice Argonians used to play a ritual game there. A bloody one. As for why Wormblood wants the Gift of Death, I'm not sure. The Worm Cult brought Manamarco here. Now that explains much. Wormblood must believe this Gift of Death can resurrect his old master. It's up to you then. Stop Wormblood from obtaining the relic. If he... Damn it. Here come my captors.
I lost Vanus. We were lucky to learn as much as we did, but we know what we must do. Let's talk, friend. I hope Vanus is all right. I don't like the way that last conversation ended. For that matter, I don't like what he told us. The worm cult gathering strength behind the Writhing Wall and a new plane meld? That's terrible. I don't think so. Vanus mentioned a source of power. Still, we had to invade Cold Harbor to stop the plane meld before. Good people lost. Dead. I've missed Dear Darien ever since. Now Wormblood is bringing it back? And Manamarco too? You're right, of course. We don't know if Wormblood is close to his goal. So you'd better head to the Tibahatse Shrine. Find the Gift of Death before he gets there. Or at least delay him. I'll return to Sunport and warn the Fellowship. Good luck at Voska Shrine. I'll make sure Prince Azah sends help just in case you run into Wormblood too. It hardly seems fair. So many gave so much to stop the worm cult last time. Like Darien. Now they're back. So what did Darien die for? Memory's a bittersweet thing. When I think of Darien's smile, his laugh, I can't help but remember what it felt like to be with him, how I felt about him. And that makes me miss him even more. I suppose I can admit it. Darien was more than a friend. It started as a game. I pretended I was scandalized by his endless flirting. He pretended he wasn't serious. I wish I had said something about how I really felt. But I think he knew.